Ben Casey will not be seen this evening so that we may bring you the 37th Annual Awards of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Ben Casey will be seen next week at its regularly scheduled time over most of these ABC television stations.
Live from Santa Monica, California, the annual Academy Awards. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences invite you to be its guest at the 37th Annual Awards Presentation.
Yeah, the Pacific Palisades. I had an awful time flying it. Took me 5 minutes. The best to you, Lee.
Mr. Dick Van Dyke and Mrs. Van Dyke. One of the exciting highlights of Oscar night has always been the arrival of prominent motion picture personalities from Hollywood and in this
Mr. Jonathan Winters is now arriving. Let's have a big welcome for Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Winters, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Dick Van Dyke.
Jack, once again,
and Dick Chamberlain,
my fair lady,
accompanied by Miss Joan Marshall.
Thank you, Jack Warley.
And this is durable, magnificent Agnes Moorehead, a nominee this year as Best Supporting Actress for her role in Hush Hush, Sweet Charlotte. Miss Greer Garson, perpetually lovely Miss Garson, appearing tonight as an awards presenter. Ann-Margret, together with Roger Smith. Ann's career received a tremendous boost by her appearance, singing one of the nominated songs a couple of seasons ago.
Good evening. So good to see you.
Mrs. Elegant Deborah Kerr, frequent Academy nominee. Mr. Anthony Quinn, a Best Actor nominee for his performance in Zorba the Greek, also a past Academy winner. Mrs. George Hamilton.
Could we ask you to come up, please?
And lovely Lila Kedrova, a nominee for Zorba the Greek also.
Good evening.
And welcome to sunny Southern
Nominated
California.
for Supporting Actress, being interviewed here by Mr. Army Archer. This is Jane Fonda.
And that was on what occasion?
Accompanying Jane, Roger Vadim.
We're going to be seeing you soon in Kathmandu, right? And we look forward to it. Thanks very much. Miss Jane Fonda and Mr. Roger Vadim, ladies and gentlemen. Now,
another representative from the medical field, Mr. Vince Edwards. And now the overture, played by Academy Award Orchestra, conducted by four-time Academy Award winner John Green. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, Mr. Arthur Freed.
I think it is safe to say that we live in troubled times. If the motion picture can lay claim to anything, it is this. It provides us a short vacation from our troubles. For a few moments, woe and worry are replaced with some mirth, some music, and an occasional glimpse of beauty, or a moment of insight that uplifts our spirits. This show is an annual salute to the men and women of every country who make these motion pictures. This evening is a particularly pleasing one for many of us, because we have as our guests some of the treasured stars of earlier years. Now to the business at hand. I would like you to meet Mr. Bill Miller of Price Waterhouse Company. The ballots have been counted, and the results are only known to Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Arthur. Here's a certificate that Price Waterhouse has tabulated the ballots, and the results are in these envelopes.
Thank you, Bill. Now it's my privilege to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, a man who needs no certification for the position, inasmuch as this is his 12th appearance for the Academy. No man has done more to represent Hollywood at its finest, to America and the world, than this splendid gentleman, Mr. Bob Hope.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to Santa Monica on the Thames. Well, here we go again. It's envy time, and I'm your host, the Jolly Green MC. This will be a very unusual night. Tonight, Hollywood is handing out the foreign aid. Yes, tonight we come to you from Santa Monica on the shores of the beautiful blue Pacific. For the chosen few, the waters will part. For the rest of us, it's glub glub. Now, this is a great moment for the film industry. The night movies come into their own, and to think I might not have known about it if I hadn't read it in TV Guide. This means a lot to everyone in the movie industry. This is the night wars and politics are forgotten, and we find out who we really hate. Seated out there are the nominees. When they turn the cameras around, it looks like a rerun of Profiles in Courage. This is our night, the night that separates the men from the boys, the weak from the strong, and the actors from their agents. So the suspense here is fabulous, and all the praying. There's so many prayers being spoken up right now we could export to the Ecumenical Council. Thousands of voices saying silently, "Let it be me." But if it can't be me, not him. Incidentally, this show is coming to you live, no matter how I may look in this suit. At least it's deductible. The Internal Revenue Bureau checked the results of my 20 years attending the awards, and they decided that for me, it's a benefit. And tonight makes me a two-time loser because due to some repair work on Hollywood Boulevard, my star is now a manhole cover. I don't mind losing, but I hate to go home and explain to my kids how the actors I've been sneering at all year beat me out. Oh, we're also preempting Father Crosby tonight, which isn't good. I hate to give him an excuse to go home. He thinks there's an award for the most short subjects. But this is a big year. This year, movie making is more important than ever. A hit movie can make an airline. 1965 was a big year for the movies. This was the year lovely Julie Andrews made her motion picture debut in the big hit called Mary Poppins. Or Mary Poppins, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Jack Warner. This was the year one of our stars, George Murphy, went to the Senate, a great victory for The Late Show. And 20th Century Fox made a deal with Notre Dame. They're changing the title of their picture to Monsignor Goldfarb, Please Come Home. This is also a time to review the accomplishments of the last year. It was a year in which a man made a biblical picture in the United States and was accused by the European studios of runaway production. It was also the year Otto Preminger ran out of religions. And Darryl Zanuck almost ran out of wars. But mostly it was a year of great achievements. They made a picture called Fanny Hill. They thought it was about mountain climbing. Incidentally, there's a new rule tonight. Before you can pick up your Oscar, you have to show your passport. 12 out of the 20 acting nominations went to foreigners, but we're not worried. We still lead the world in the production of popcorn. How do you like those nominations? Richard Burton, Rex Harrison, Peter O'Toole, Peter Sellers. Don't we deport anybody? There'll always be in England, even if it's in Hollywood. Peter Sellers, who played 3 parts in Dr. Strangelove, was nominated for Best Performance by a Show-Off. Sophia Loren got nominated for Marriage Italian Style. It's a documentary. Marriage Italian Style is sort of a Peyton Place with marinara sauce. My Fair Lady was good if you like foreign language pictures. And Dr. Strangelove is about a doctor that has a strange love. He wants Medicare. In Beckett, Richard Burton plays the most unusual role of his career. He's friends with a man. By the by, Burton doesn't even know he's been nominated yet. The phone's still off the hook. Then there's Zorba the Greek. I knew he'd do big things if he got a haircut. I understand they're already working on a sequel to Zorba the Greek. It's called Hush Hush, Spire Skirts. But this is a wonderful year. You know, last year pictures were so dirty you either got an Oscar or a summons. But this is the year of the sanitary cinema. The nominations are so devoid of dirt, the Best Producer Award may go to Mr. Clean. Mary Poppins is so clean, adults can go and see it. And incidentally, they're tuned in at Cape Kennedy tonight. If the unsinkable Molly Brown wins, Grissom and Young will blast off and buzz the auditorium in their capsule. Well, we'll go now to the reading of the will. Oh, by the way, later on tonight, we're going to take up a collection to help President Johnson pay his taxes. Who'd ever think he'd turn out to be a private in the war on poverty? Now let's get to the agony and the ecstasy, our awards. Here to make the first presentation of 2 of the screen's most dynamic stars, that beautiful work of Italy's charming art, Claudia, Cardinale, and to protect her, America's 3-fisted Steve McQueen, right here.
What did he mean? 3-fisted?
Well, it's just a joke, Claudia. You see, Bob's a comedian.
No wonder everyone was laughing at him. What do we do now?
Well, we read the list of nominees for the best achievement in sound. Ladies first.
The nominees are Shepperton Studio Sound Department for Beckett,
Universal City Studio Sound Department for Father Goose,
Walt Disney Studio Sound Department for Mary Poppins,
Warner Brothers Studio Sound Department for My Fair Lady,
Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studio Sound Department for the unsinkable Molly Brown. The envelope, please. You open it, Steve. You have 3 feet.
Gracias. And the winner is Warner Brothers' My Fair Lady.
Thank you. On behalf of the Warner Brothers Sound Department, I thank you very much. I'd like to pay special tribute to Mr. Francis Scheid, who did the production recording, and to Mr. Murray Spivak, who did a fine job of recording the Fair Lady music. Thank you very much.